Welcome to another edition of the Commissioner's Corner here in the WCHA. I have a newbie to the WCHA with me today. Really excited to have the fifth year forward from the University of Minnesota Duluth, Elizabeth Giguere, with me today. And we're going to talk about that last name at some point because her and I have been practicing off camera here for a while. I think I just nailed it though, right?
Yeah, you did.
At least the American version.
Yeah.
So happy to have you. Let's get right into it because you've been arguably one of the most talked about additions to the league this year for obvious reasons. But I really want to start by going back a couple of years to the year that you won the Patty Kazmaier Award, which is the top female or the top hockey player in all of women's college hockey. An incredible honor. You received that while you were playing at Clarkson. Just walk us through, like, when you heard your name, what did you think and what were those emotions like?
Yeah, that was my junior year, right? Yeah, right before COVID hit. Yeah, exactly. It was right before COVID hit. So I actually was just sitting on a couch on my computer when I heard my name. But my whole team from Clarkson at the time, they were all on Zoom with me, and it was super cute. Like, they were all there, and I just watched, and they put the slideshow and like showed my name, and my team was just so happy for me. And the year after, even if it was COVID, they kind of did, like in August, they kind of did a little celebration thing. So that was super nice with the president and whatnot. So that was really nice. But that whole year was just great. I played with really good players that year too. And I just had fun. I don't know what it was. I just had a lot of fun and a lot of confidence. We had just lost good players the year before, like Lauren Gable. So I knew I had to pick it up. So I just remember that year being really just fun and good. So
I think that's an interesting key, right? Because you hear often, like, people will say, you play your best when you're loose, you play your best when you're just having fun. So clearly that was a formula that worked for you.
Yeah, I think so. And I think it's really true that if you just have fun and, I mean, you have to put a little bit of pressure on yourself, but if you have fun and you like your team and whatnot, you're going to do great, I think.
It's funny to hear you say, was that COVID? And was that my junior year? Because, right, it's sometimes that, like, I say things often where I'm like, last year. And then I say, okay, no, actually it wasn't last year. It was 2 years ago, because it feels like once we got through the 18, 19, I guess, season, then it's just been a bit of a blur. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. But so you win the Patty Kaz, you're back at Clarkson for your senior year. COVID's happening. The season is what it is. I mean, obviously you had a little bit of a season, but what do you think, like, how do you think COVID affected, you or your hockey or your teammates? And what do you take away from that experience?
I mean, COVID gave me an extra year. So that was a great thing for me. We didn't know at first, like, just going into the year, we knew kind of the ECAC, like, we knew that we weren't going to play for a while. Things didn't look great. So just being there, practicing with the team a lot, it was hard, not going to lie, because, like, you just practice and then you had to test all the time. You had to figure out what you can't do, like how many people can be in there. So it was kind of overwhelming a little bit, but concentrated a lot on myself and school wise too. I remember I did really good in school. You have a little bit more time. You're not used to this, but so I did that. And then we got the chance to play right after Christmas. We knew we were going to play. So that was fun. And at the same time, we learned that we were going to get an extra year. So that was fun because even though you didn't know if you were going to play all the games, because we got stopped for 2 weeks at one point. It's like, you get an extra year if you want it. So that was pretty nice. But just that year was just weird. I think it was just a lot of ups and downs. And I learned that not everything, like, not to take everything for granted. Take everything in and just love the fact that you're here as a student athlete is a big thing.
Yeah, I feel like I've said that several times already this year that, at this point last year, we weren't playing yet and really weren't even certain yet when we would. And the fact that we're a month in and we've had such, success this year, it makes you appreciate it so much more. And I hope that that's what everyone is doing, is just appreciating it. So we're talking about the extra year. And at some point during that process, that decision for you was to make a move. So why and when and how was the process of finding Duluth, and what was it maybe about Minnesota Duluth that made that the right fit for you?
Yeah, it was after the season was ended. Like when I knew I had a fifth year, first of all, my first reaction was, I don't know what to, like, I didn't know if I was going to take it. I didn't know, like, I'm kind of old. I like didn't know if I want to move on with my life. You know what I mean? And I also had a little bit of Hockey Canada in the back. So it's all of those things were just all combined. And then, so I was just concentrating on playing some games in January and February and having fun. And then the season ended, and then I knew I was going to go to Hockey Canada camp, but I didn't know if I was going to make it or not. Like, it's like those things where you don't know. And I just thought to myself, what do I want to do with this extra year? And the biggest thing was just to improve as a player, just get better, learn something new, just try something new. It was like an extra year that was given to me. It's like a gift where I just get to go for 1 year and just try to learn something else, new perspective of things. And I think that was the biggest thing. And it was nothing against Clarkson. I loved my 4 years there. So that's what was a little bit tough for me, is that, like, no matter what you do or try to say, people are going to take it the wrong way sometimes. But I've been saying it over and over. It's nothing against them. And it was really something hard that I had to do for myself. And I'm glad I did it. I mean, I'm having the best time of my life right now. And this team is amazing. And I have nothing bad to say. So.
What was it about Duluth that made them the fit? Like, was there, was it coaches, team, city, all of it, like the league? What were the factors?
Yeah, the league was really a big thing for sure. I always like to play against the WCHA, always physical, like, games and stuff. And Duluth is such an amazing city. I've been down here a couple of times in the past years, and just love it. It's so beautiful. I don't know if you've been here, probably a lot of times. It's beautiful. But so yeah, that and the team, just I kind of knew, like, I talked to Ashton Bell a bit, and that's when I like talked to her for a little bit. Then after I decided that I wasn't going to start Clarkson, I met the coaches and all that, and it just clicked right away. They were really nice and just knew what I wanted for myself, which was to improve, learn something new, and they were ready to give it to me. And I just felt it, when you just feel the connection, and I knew they wanted what was best for me. And since I've been here, they just have done what they said, and made me a better player for sure already. So
has it lived up? So it sounds like it's lived up to your expectations. How about, now you're a month in, and I think, if I'm correct, you've played only conference games so far. So what about the WCHA? Lived up to your expectations? Is it, even more physical than you thought? Is it like, what do you think?
For sure. I think it's lived up to the expectations. I played against Wisco already in Minnesota, and it's just been great. I loved it. I played both those teams at home, so I'm like kind of excited to experience them away at their own rinks and how their fans are and stuff. And but it's been really fun to play against those teams. They're really good, really talented. I mean, we came close to Wisco one time, and same with Minnesota. It was a really good game. So I just love the close games and how excited it is, and you just can't even take a shift off, or because it's going to end up in the back of your net. So I just like the competitiveness and on the ice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. We talk about it all the time. Like, we believe in our league that, every night out, any game, anybody can beat anybody. And that's why so many people want to play in the WCHA, because if you're a competitor, you want to play the best. That's how you get better, right? So it seems like it's definitely fitting into what you were looking for in terms of just, change of pace and growing as a person and a player. And that's like really awesome. We're very excited to have you in the WCHA. It's been fun to watch you so far. What's interesting for you all now is that there's a pretty big break for the Bulldogs. Like, we're going into this spell of, based on obviously a couple things with the schedule changing due to COVID and some other reasons, not COVID within our league, but just, future schedules and some travel that had to be adjusted. Now you've got a couple, like 3 weeks off, 4 weeks off almost. So Talk about that. Like, what are you going to do to stay focused and stay fresh and, be ready to go when it's time to come back out here in mid-November?
Yeah, I mean, 3 weeks is a long time. It's almost preseason all over again. But I think in the first half, we played a good couple of games and we learned a lot from our team, I think. So I think that those 3 weeks are just going to help us focus on some areas of our game that we know we got to improve and just keep improving on the ones that we did well. But yeah, I think just practicing every day and making it like tough on ourselves, like competitive every day, and just outwork each other and maybe play some scrimmages and whatnot. But I think just like this week, just coming back into it, like we played a lot of games, so just get our bodies ready for the next 2 weeks to just dive into it and get ready for the last stretch of the first semester.
So you already mentioned, looking forward to playing at Minnesota, playing at Wisconsin. What else about the rest of the season? Like as you look ahead to, we're about a quarter of the way through. It sounds crazy to say that, but it also just means we've got a lot of hockey left. What else are you looking forward to as we get into the season?
I mean, we have a trip to Washington, D.C., which is going to be really fun, I think. I mean, I've never been there, so I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. We're playing St. Lawrence, which I've played for the past 4 years, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And then just the playoff style, too. I can't wait to see what it's like here, like in the WCHA, playing in the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good hockey. It's really good hockey when we get to the end of February. I can't wait for that either.
Yeah.
Except we got some planning to do still, so I'm not going to wish that to get here too soon. So you're from Quebec City in Quebec. How did hockey come into your life, or was it just a given? And tell us a little bit about yourself from a young age.
Yeah, my boy cousin that's like 3-4 years older than me started playing. My dad played. And then my cousin, that's a girl that's the same age as me, started playing and skating. And I just played, I think, soccer at that time, and my parents didn't really want me to play hockey. At first, I tried to make them, but they didn't. And one day, I literally was saving money, and my mom noticed that I was saving money. So then she was like, "Why are you saving this?" And I was like, "Well, to buy an equipment," because they made the excuse that it was too expensive because we didn't have a lot of money, but still, like, the parents sometimes. And then my mom was like, "Oh my God." So my dad, like, "Okay, she's going to play." Like, this is too sad. And then the first time I went on the ice, I guess I was terrible, which I know I was, because I couldn't skate for the longest time.
Most first timers are like that. It's okay.
No, for a lot of years, like I struggled with my skating for a long time. And yeah, so then I went on the ice, was terrible, but my mom was like, "She's never going to want to come back here." And then I came off and I was like, "Mom, I was good, right?" And then she's like, "Sure."
I can't wait for your mom to listen to this.
Oh, I know. She knows. She loves to tell this story because it's so true and it's so funny, but I just loved it. I don't know what else. Like, it was just me loving to be on the ice, and yeah.
Well, look, Mom, it turned out pretty well, right? It turned out pretty well. So, that's the note to all the kids, though, right? If you really want to play and Mom and Dad are saying no, just start saving your own money. You can guilt them right into it. That's such a good story.
How you do it.
That's such a good story. So, what happens for Elizabeth after hockey? Did you get your degree at Clarkson? Your undergrad degree?
Yeah, I did. I got a global supply chain management major. I got a project management minor and a human resources minor. Wow. And then now I'm going to get a double major. So I'm going to get a marketing major. So business side. I'm like all in the business side. But I don't know what I want to do. I mean, there's a lot of things. I thought I wanted to do something. And then now it's like I'm in like marketing, and I love like the selling classes and all this stuff. So I don't know. And with my English, I don't know, like I want to do something that I can use both my languages, like French and English, maybe. I love coaching too. So it's like, I don't know what I want to do, but hopefully I can play hockey too. So depending on what's happening with the leagues, we'll see. But I'm excited for the future. I mean, we'll see.
Well, we're not going to wish it away too quickly, right? Like, let's enjoy what we're doing right now, and whatever comes.
Still got a year.
Yeah, right? Still got a year. Oh, awesome. So before we get into I do this little thing at the end where it's just a bunch of quick questions and we're going to learn about you. But because I mentioned it earlier, and I was kind of laughing at myself about how I said your name. So obviously in French, your name sounds significantly cooler, I think, than Giguere, how I said it. So I feel like you should share for our viewers. You say your name the way that if all of us could speak like that, it would sound.
So in French, it would be Elisabeth Giguere, but then in English, it's Elizabeth Giguere.
That's so awesome. It is weird. So interestingly enough, I lived in, I know that France is not the same as Quebec. I get it. But I lived in France for a couple of years when I was younger. My daughter was actually born there. And the French language is like so near and dear to my heart. I wish so badly that I could speak it better than I can. I can say some basics, which I'm not doing that on here because I will embarrass myself.
I was going to ask.
But I just think it's just such a cool thing. And it makes me like so proud of you. And I hope people understand like the challenge of being dual language or like, multilingual, because, we often, especially as Americans, take that for granted because we just assume everyone speaks English. So the fact that you do speak English as well as you do, like, such a cool thing. And I hope you find a place where it's comfortable for you to use both, because I personally think French is the coolest language ever. So okay.
Can you pick up on some French?
Oh Lord, don't do that to me. Maybe?
No, I won't. I'm just asking, like, in general, can you pick up on some things? Yeah.
Maybe. So good. It's interesting because my husband played basketball over there. So I was around the team a lot. And so like certain phrases became pretty common, or, obviously I could, say hello and goodbye and all of that. But I would hear his trainer say a few things like consistently, and I was always like, oh, I wonder if that means this, and I was kind of right. But it's like any language, right? Like you're always a word or two off because it just doesn't, nobody speaks the same way that we speak. So maybe That's 5 years ago I would have been better, but now I feel like I've been away from it for too long. My daughter's 10, so it's been a while.
So it's been a while. Okay, fair enough.
And this brain doesn't hold on. I mean, as I get older, things lose faster. So
that's okay.
All right, let's get to know Elizabeth Giguere. I'm going to keep saying it because I think it sounds so cool. All right, so I'm going to give you a few. You pick this one or that one and tell me what you think. Are you ready?
Okay. Yep.
Skydiving or bungee jumping?
Neither. I'm scared of heights.
Okay, fair.
Okay, skydiving though.
Okay, you could say neither. I'm okay with that too.
Sorry.
Ocean or mountains?
Mountains.
Like, just go look at what's behind you on your screen. Those are mountains.
Yeah.
This one, we'll see. Hot dogs or hamburgers?
I always take one of each, so that's hard.
Really?
Like every time it's both, all the time. Take one and one.
So real question then, do you put cheese on your hamburger? Is it a cheeseburger?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. Just say both. We're good.
Have to. Yeah, both. Sorry.
Dinner or dessert?
Dinner.
Boo.
What? I'd take dinner for like breakfast. I love dinners. Like, oh yeah.
Okay. I would just eat dessert all day. It's probably, that's probably my downfall. Okay. Road trip or plane trip?
Road trip.
Dogs or cats?
I have both. Can I have to go with?
They're not listening. They're not listening. They won't know you picked.
Okay. Dogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Netflix or YouTube?
Netflix.
Phone call or text?
Phone call.
Love.
Hate texting.
No, you hate texting? Why? Because your fingers don't work fast enough?
Oh, it's just like, I don't know. It's just so different. It's like phone call it's like to the point, or you hear the tone of voices and stuff. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, no, I agree. The message gets lost in translation sometimes in a text. No doubt. Cardio or weights?
Weights.
Sneakers or sandals?
Sneakers.
Dine in or delivery?
Dine in.
Snapchat or TikTok?
Snapchat.
Okay, so here's the last one. Are you ready?
Oh God, what is it?
You told me you were nervous before this. By the way, you're totally crushing this, so no need to be nervous. What is one word that you would use to describe yourself as a hockey player?
As a hockey player. Oh shoot. I don't know. As a hockey player, I'm humble. Is that a hockey player?
Say it again.
Hello, did you hear me? I said humble, but
I like it.
Is that yeah?
That, I mean, yeah, it's how you play the game, right? Like clearly we know you're talented, but you play with a humble nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. It's good.
Okay.
This has been so funny. I've laughed more than I have in the last couple. So happy to have you. Elizabeth Giguere, University of Minnesota Duluth, fifth year forward. The Bulldogs are out of action for a while yet, but the rest of the WCHA, many of the WCHA teams will play this weekend. As always, any WCHA home games are available for stream on the Big Ten Network Plus streaming package. And you can also always find out more information about the WCHA at our website, www.wcha.com. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for joining me. I can't wait till I can meet you in person and share a few more laughs. And then you can test me on my French.
I will for sure. Thanks for having me.
You bet.